Welcome to Beginning Hatha Yoga. Today we're going to explore some balance. So it's really helpful if you have a block, and today we're going to use Isaac as a helper for our practice. Begin by placing one foot firmly on the mat. When working with balance, the way that we're going to approach this today is by finding three aspects to align those. First is our gaze, which we call our drishti. One is your breath, creating some equanimity. And the third is muscle activation. So today we're going to focus on muscle activation from the feet. We're going to start with one foot on the ground and work with something we call activating the foot. We're going to use the three arches of the foot to become active. So with the foot firmly on the ground, just go ahead and lift up the 5 toes. Notice how the foot becomes very active. It's grounded, yet at the same time there's an energetic lift. Now let's see if you can keep the energetic lift as you let those toes go. And a lot of times we're going to do this real quick and work. So go ahead and lift up those 5 toes again. See if you can just lower just the big toe down. Keep the other 4 lifted. And this allows us to access all that foot mound, which is one of the big things for balance. Keep all the other toes lifted. Now spread out the toes, lower just your pinky toe. And this allows your pinky toe to become grounded, which is the second part. Lift up all 5 again and let the center of your heel press into the earth. Now that's the third part. So keep the center of the heel pressed down. Romeo's going to help us. See if you can press that big toe down, then spread the pinky, lower it down, and keep the 3 middle toes lifted. Notice how the activation in the foot feels. This is the bind that we're looking for. And if you can keep that activated, it's really good. Now lower all the other 3 toes down. Feel that shock wave through the body to create balance no matter what we're doing. Let's go ahead and try this standing up. So Isaac's going to come to the back of the mat here. Romeo's going to help us. And we're going to stand into Tadasana with our feet about hip distance apart. Going to let our shoulders soften and take our hands down to our side. Lift all 10 of your toes up. Notice the activation in one of the feet. Now just lower the big toes down. Spread out the pinky toes and lower them down too. And usually what's going to happen is our fingers are going to do this little shaky thing. Soften your fingers, keep the feet activated, lower the rest of the toes. Now that we have some idea of this balance, take your eye gaze to the top of your mat and soften to that spot. So now you have your muscle activation and our eyesight. Our gaze is steady. From here, allow your inhale and your exhale to begin to mirror each other. So at the same intensity and duration of both sides of your breath, coming in and out. It's that breathing, that equanimity in breathing that allows the pieces to work together, the mind and the body. Bringing your hands to your hips. Go ahead and look towards the top of your mat, grounding ourselves down. And as you shift your weight onto your right foot, lift your left knee up, bringing that knee to a 90-degree angle, parallel to the ground. Find your balance. And you're going to take a step forward, and just as you do, shift that weight forward, lift up the right knee. Inhale, step that foot forward a couple inches, shift. Exhale onto the right foot, lift the left knee. Keep going all the way till you reach the top of your mat. Breathe smooth, muscles active, gaze steady. Perfect. Great spine, good posture. When we have these 3 pieces working together, it allows the entirety of us to become very centered and balanced. So from here, activating the feet. And once the feet are active, let the arms inhale up towards the ceiling. With a little bend in the knees, exhale, reach forward and fold all the way over, hands towards the earth. And you can bend the knees as much as you need to. Kind of drape the torso over the thighs. Let the neck soften. And then placing the hands on the shins, inhale, lengthen. Feel the center of the chest move away from the navel. Now with this active, come back into the action of your feet. So the feet feel the press into the earth and feel like the feet are pulling away from each other, so the heels are dragging energetically away from each other. Keep that action as you exhale and fold back over the legs. Bend the knees, stepping that right foot back of the mat. Pause here, bend that left knee. Arms down, Framing your foot, center of the heel presses back in the toe mound and the pinky toe. So do that, get it very strong in that back leg and let it feel as if the torso is strong. Start to lift that torso up, bringing your hands to your hip crease, press back through that heel, turning your heel up. You're balancing on those back toes. Going to stack the pad over the foot, the entire leg to become active. Find the spot to gaze at in front of you. And then either stay in this area with an easy breath or explore by allowing your arms to reach up towards the ceiling, growing upon each breath. Bending into that front knee, really reaching through your spine. Stay strong in that torso. Good. Gently lowering your arms back down to frame that front foot. Step forward, take a breath in. Coming to that forward fold, lifting up halfway, lengthening through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. And now the exhale plants the hand. This time step the other foot back to the back of the mat. Pause here. Feel that action in the foot. So the heel presses down, big toe mound. Good. And then slowly lift up, hands to your hips. Lift that heel over those back toes. Let that back thigh get very active. Feel that leg working, lengthening. And then once again, you have the option to reach those arms up over the head, to the side, whatever feels good. Finding that balance and exploring with a steady gaze. Smooth breath. Well done. Lowering your hands back down to the earth. Step forward to your forward fold. Inhale, find length. Exhale, forward fold. Now, and that action, find those 3 points actively pressing down. Feel the heels dragging away from each other as though you're tearing the mat in half. With a little bend in the knee, draw the arms forward, chest forward. Lower those hips, stand all the way up. Lower those hands down along your side. Good. From here, we're going to go ahead and either find a block or a book. I think I have one over here in the corner. I'm going to grab it. If you have one, go ahead and grab a block. It's going to be very helpful for this next balancing pose that we're working on. We're going to use this block to help us balance in our tree pose. So taking that block in between your legs. Actually, go ahead and lower it so it's on the lowest height here. So you want good balance. Keeping one foot down, bring the opposite foot up so that heel is on the block. Lifting that right toe up a little bit higher. Bringing that heel to the inside of your calf here. Hugging in those inner thighs, opening the hips. Finding that balance. Growing tall with your breath, stable through your eyes. Find that breath. And if you'd like, maybe you lift up that foot a little higher, right underneath that knee. And explore with this balance here. Let the foot just hold where it is and raise the arms out to the side, finding that beautiful balance. Notice if you can reach a little bit higher, taller with the crown of your head. Good. The hands come down to center, back to your hips, lowering that foot back to the opposite side of the block. Shake it out. Nice work. We're going to go to the other side this time with a steady gaze. We're going to lift up that right heel, shifting the weight onto the left foot or switch sides, whichever foot you used last time. Keep the hips squared with the front. Open that heel. Good. Finding that balance through your core. Finding that midline. Once you feel comfortable here, begin to lift that foot up so you're on that toe. Heel balancing on the inside of your calf or inner ankle there. Great job. And you can find that balance, really lifting it up. Open the chest, reach the arms out and upward. Opening up, exploring through that balance. If you fall, it's okay. Get right back into it. Noticing it's okay to wobble, to move. Just focusing on that steady gaze. Good. Arms slowly come back down to your hips. Lower that foot down, moving the block to the side here. Once again, we're going to shift back so our feet are back again to 1 foot balancing, bringing either your right or left foot up to your inner calf. Find that balance here. Find a spot in front of you to focus on. And we're going to close the eyes here. See if you can balance from the inside gaze. And if you wobble a little, that's good. It means you're working, you're getting better. Nice work. Let the hands come back to the hips. Let the foot come down. Shift the weight onto the left foot or the right, whichever you did on the other side. And let's see if you can take yourself with that foot up all the way into that inner calf. Close your eyes here. Spiral that knee outward. Squeeze your tummy in. Lengthen through the leg. Finding that balance with your eyes closed. It's a little tougher, but really looking for that balance from within. Coming to your breath. Good job. Wobble a little. That's okay. That's normal. Good. Doing the best you can here. Take your time. Let the hands come back down. Lower down that right foot. Shake everything out if you need. And from here, we're going to go ahead and come into Tadasana at the top of our mat. And you can stand in the middle of the mat if you'd like with the hands on the hips. We're going to shift the weight onto the left foot. We're going to lift the right heel up. Find the spot gaze at the front of the room. And then see if you can lift that right thigh up about parallel. Right hand or left hand out on the outside of that right thigh. We're going to reach across our body here. Good. See if you can hold on. Now with that right arm, open up that arm to the back of the room, looking back towards your thumb, twisting, keeping the right knee forward, maybe lifting the left hand up, holding a tight tummy here. Inhale. Turning the chin forward to that front thumb and then back towards your back thumb. Again, one more time. Forward and back. Good job. Hands to heart center. Lower that foot down. Shake it out. And let's go ahead and see if we can do the same thing on the other side. So finding that balance through different motion allows us to become just balanced across the whole spectrum of our life. So from here, lifting that left knee up, right foot is balanced here. Hands will find the hips and keep that strong core as you take your right hand to the outside of your left leg. Reach the left arm back when you find that balance. Good. Reaching back, looking back, reach the opposite arm forward. So you're reaching in both directions. Look at your front thumb, then your back. Start to look forward. If you fall, it's okay. Get back into it. Good job. Finding your center. It's really going to help you. Keep focusing on that center where your belly button is. Hands come back together and lower your foot down. Shake it out. Now we're going to come back down to a seated position on our mat. It's very important to have these little experiences to explore and play a little bit, and then to find a little bit of gratitude for the parts of your body where you're willing to explore. So go ahead and take either one of your feet right in front. We're going to massage the bottom of our feet with our thumbs, with your knuckles. Romeo's going to help us here. My little husky wants to help us massage our feet. And just remember to extend that gratitude towards your feet, which they do so much for you throughout the day. They walk you from point A to point B, wherever you go, to work, to school. Giving yourself a nice massage. And just exploring any area of that foot that feels really tight today. Rub it out really good. Let's go ahead and switch sides, taking the other leg forward. Take your hands to the bottom arch of your foot and just give yourself a nice massage. Maybe you find the top of the foot a little sore than the bottom. Just get in all those areas. Take a big breath in, a little sigh, and extend out gratitude for your practice, for coming today, for all the work and effort you put towards reaching your goal. Finding your breath, crossing at your shins, taking a little seat here. Let your hands meet each other at your chest. Take a breath in, finding that gratitude. I want to thank you so much for allowing us to guide you through your balance practice today. And from our heart to yours, Namaste.